So let's start off in the usual way. We've had a power outage all afternoon, so we only have 34% battery. So yeah, let's see. So let's jump right into it. Jump into the cool pool of bodhicitta. And in particular, in order that I may be able to help sentient beings and benefit them in the best way, I myself must first achieve the state of my highest potential, that of complete enlightenment. And since the attainment of enlightenment is not without causes, I have to accumulate those causes, namely the accumulation of merit and transcendental wisdom. And then I also need to purify all the negative karma, all of the mental afflictions, all of the obscurations to both liberation and enlightenment. And therefore, I'm going to engage in this practice. And then not only that, looking in the situation of the world, then also to purify all of the manifestations of the degenerate age, all of the sicknesses, all of the economic problems, all of the natural disasters, all the suffering that sentient beings face in this world or in any of the world systems of the 10 directions. Then we're going to also engage in this practice for the benefit of all sentient beings, especially those who do not have such a fortunate human rebirth as we do, and therefore are not in a position to do practice, not in a position to purify negative karma, not in a position to accumulate merit. So we're going to do this for them as well. And then also for the long lives of the spiritual friends, and for the accomplishment in one instant of all of their holy wishes, for that to become manifest. Therefore, we're going to do this practice. So first then we visualize Guru Shakyamuni Buddha in the space in front of us. So we say Guru Shakyamuni Buddha to remind us that aside from our own root guru, there is no Buddha somehow out there, but rather our own guru manifests in the form of Shakyamuni Buddha, and then later as Tara, Guru Rinpoche, Avalokiteshvara. All these various manifestations are manifestations of our ultimate guru, the Dharmakaya. And so Shakyamuni Buddha then is another aspect that our guru takes to guide us, to lead us, and in particular now is here in the space in front of us as a field of merit in relation to whom we can purify our minds and collect merit. So then, remembering the qualities and the kindness of our guru to manifest in this way for us, the wretched sentient beings of this degenerate age, and remembering the qualities of the guru, wanting to develop those within our own mental continuum, then we engage in this practice. Lama Tamba Chonden de Deshin Shenpa Jajomba Yamla Bazo Bezong Ripa Dansha Sudamba Dewa Shenpa Ji Lana Mepa Dami Nange Tamba Sangye Chonden de Bhagyawa Shakya Tukala Shaselo Chudon Kyatsuchi Lama Tamba Chonden de Deshin Shenpa Jajomba Yamla Bazo Bezong Ripa Dansha Sudamba Dewa Shenpa Ji Kyatsuchi Lama Tamba Chonden de Chipada Chombayanda Paso Pesangye Ripada Shasu Damba Dawa Shiva Chile Kyamba Kivu Ekalo Kivala Name Bala Nami Nange Tamba Sangye Chonden de Pegawa Shagya Tupala Chaselo Chile Kyatsuchi Kanse kane so kyotanse sachin dila gomba dumbone nani jiten dina chuje sun dese kepa kyola sha nanda kyoga chudu susangwa yeshe geso sangye lumbo dra drapa jiten suna lamewa gombo shini kyola sha sencho denpa jime dawe sha seto dawa kyola sha selo duten kyola sipa sumaji Nyame kenchen kyola cha zelo gompo tu che che denpa tam che kenpa tempa po sona yun tengen su shin deshin shela cha zelo dampe tu che che wagyo giving in so le ju shin chi tu dendan chun kyo pa chi kyo shela cha zelo jume jume na yan tung dampo da la ra tu ne shin kye dampa yun tengen genden la yan cha zelo dipa shi yang mi cha sing Gyawa Kunsum Sopa Che Rangi Sani Yonsu Do Dvine Sangye Tenpa. Do not commit any unwholesome actions. Engage in perfect wholesome actions. Subdue your mind thoroughly. This is the teaching of the Buddha. A water bubble, a dream, lightning, a cloud. See all causative phenomena like this. So now we meditate. O karma rari mameda. Gyuma Zilda Jumuda. Milam Lodan Jindambu. Dorje Chenam Dita. Through these merits may sentient beings attain the rank of all seeing, subdue the four faults, and be delivered from samsara's ocean, perturbed by the waves of aging, sickness, and death. So now, praises to 21 Taras, from your sublime abode at Vatala. O Tara, born from the green letter Tam, your crown adorned with Amitabha, action mother of the Buddhas of the three times. Tara, please come with your attendants. The gods and demigods bow to your lotus feet, O Tara. You who rescue all who are destitute. To you, Mother Tara, I pay homage. Om Jetsun Ma Pama Jomala Chase Setangi Dawa Kundu Kama Gani Chakashama Kama Dova Jabadangi Ratu Shivi Rapama Jetsun Chinigegi Pema Chuni Namagyama Chima Sutam Jali Shiva Sapa Sunu Chuni Chesu Dishi Shivu Sudo Daya Namagyama Chuma Mother Parashima Dobe Gya Shiki Shinigama Chalatu Rangi Duda Juda Nagagama Jidinu Majaginanda Numa Chaseki Jamala Samba Dunana Zowanji Juma Chumbara Rizananda Nigizigi Niduma Chache Jabegi Paradugara Dujuma Yigi Yigi Jaginanda Mabadu Vashinuma Chaladu Jura Jambo Digiba Namajoma Chukishana Danza Tawata Jamana Sama Chasakunja Sundachage Sumatapena Magyama Malashiki Kolagambe Langi Wiki Sanadroma Chasaratu Kawajibe Wiki Wiki Chawapelma Shabara Chitutarai Dinajide Vanusemo Chazai Zorizona Tajika Venamanima Jumini Wiki Wungi Pumbata Chinabajoma Chazai Vulugi Gamata Jishinubama Revidana Pamela Tapashindura Sema Chazaka Petamimita Pavitamina Nema Yigi Yigi Kuni Voge Dai Pulina Majoma Chazai Namachagi Tiki Shiki Shiki Doma Juni Chizi Yungi Rimbada Manani Gama Chazata Magama Shima Nahinde Chanima So Dayana Dembe Dipashima Jamanima Chazakuni Garagawe Dai Gunina Magyama Yigi Shivina Nikabe Ripamana Jumanima Chilazurishini Dabe Hungina Mazamanima Rilamadara Dambeche Chilisamayawanima Chazalai Zoinabe Rirana Jananama Karani Jibigi Yegi Tunamana Manisama Chazalai Zamangyobo Gadamini Dama Kuninga Jingawanjiga Tsunamina Nyamasama Chazanima Dagebe Chinipalara Sama Harani Jutudarai Shinipaburani Sama Chazadani Zanangebe Shividini Anadama Turavana Jazona Chumbaduri Rajunima Savina Kutipagida Chazavani Chusachi Jetsun Pamajamala Chaselo Chasajamanyama Pamo Shanikitana Drama Chinisingi Sigi Shaki Kesajavani Juma Chasadega Gundu Kamagani Zavijama Kamadoma Sabanangi Ravichavi Rapama Chasajigi Pemichani Namagyama Chipasana Kadishiva Supasana Juanima Chadishi Shivisudu Daina Bhagavachama Malaparashimado Megazigi Junanama Chasadidam Yeke Dinachana Nagama Chidinamanjaginanda Lavamavazamanama Chasagishimala Samba Lunana Zamadishama Jumbarana Dilananda Nidisigi Dinadama Chachi Chabegi Paradagurana Joma Yigidinanda Mamadavajinabama Chaladurja Jambo Digivana Majoma Chikishana Danza Dada Jamala Zoma Chazakadisana Chagya Sumadagana Magyama Malachiki Giligambe Rangi Gizalandroma Chazaradaga Vajibe Nigiri Grimagama Shabara Jitidarai Dunajina Vanazama Chasajiga Misana Tachikuvana Malima Duri Yunya Pamadajana Mandroma Chazavana Muge Gabadajana Bama Remidana Bamele Tamashino Zema Chazagamana Mameda Party
Dai Holiness Joma Chasa Jaya Digi 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 Doma Troy Digi Wongi Rimana Mana Nigama Chasana Magama Shima Dai Nima So Dada Dembe Dipachama Jamanima Chasigi Gawe Dai Nina Magama Digi Shivina Nikabe Ripona Jamanima Chasana Jaya Hungina Vezamanima Rila Mandara Biji Jidasawanya Wanima Chasala Izuina Beri Nanda Jadana Karani Shibini Duna Mana Sama Chasala Izuina Bola Jidama Kiniga Chigawa Jiga Saramila Yamasama Chasani Mandawa Gebe Chili Bola Sama Harani Jatarai Shirina Borene Sama Chasadini Sanangabe Shivadini Dama Dura Zona Jomaduri Nima Savanagita Madina Chasavani Sashi Jesuma Bama Jamala Chasalo Chasajamanima Bama Chayika Logandama Chasagiti Shagya Kasajavala Joma Chasagita Waganda Kavagani Samashama Kamajuma Sabanagi Radishui Rabama Chasajiki Brahmachanina Magyama Chivasana Shiva Savasana Janima Chasadashi Shibitsudo Taina Magyamachama Paraparachamado Vega Sigishanadama Chasadadaram Dhanajana Chidinamashigindanda Lupama Bhagavanama Chasagizimala Dhanadavadijama Tomorrow Jisanamda Nijisigidinadama Jana Vega Paradagaran Joma Yigiji Shiginanda Mabadavashinabama Jasadujya Jamba Digivana Joma Chigishana Danzela Nijamala Sama Chasagajana Jaya Sumadagana Magyama Malishaki Gulagambe Yigizana Drama Chasarana Gawajibe Nigivana Jabara Chiditarai Dajana Wanazama Jaladiga Zona Dajigavana Manima Choe Hongia Pamadana Madroma Jasadawan again Gavana Jinabama Regadana Mamene Navajina Tema Chasagavana Meda Paradini Nema Yigini Goge Raibuina Joma Jasarina Jaya Digi Digi Doma Choe Digi Hongia Navana Nigama Jasadavaga Jema Naija Janyama Sone Dembe Vajavanima Chasagina Garagawe Drainina Gyama Yeshuvina Nikabe Ripona Drainima Chasandra Shaidambe Hungina Vazavanima Rilamadara Bije Jinisana Yavanima Chasalai Suinambe Riladana Nama Tarani Bige Tunamana Panisama Chasalai Sungyapa Ladami Jadam Kunika Jigavajiga Sunamina Nipasama Chasanima Dagame Shanivalara Sama Harani Judarai Shinadabarani Sama Chasanani Sananga Shivadariana Dama Duravana Zona Jamadari Rajanima Savanagina Vadina Chasamani Nishu Sashi.
So now the mantra recitation, page 14. I prostrate to Mother Tara. He liberates beings from samsara with Tare, liberates from the 8 fears with Tutare, and liberates from illnesses with Ture. Om Tare Tutare Ture Soha. Om Tare Tutare Ture Soha. So now, as we recite the mantra, then please visualize your guru in the aspect of Aryatara in the space in front, body huge like a snow mountain. At Aryatara's heart is a lotus and moon disk, on top of which is the syllable Tam, around which is the mantra Om Tare Tutare Ture Soha. As we recite the mantra, light rays radiate out from the mantra garland, purifying all sinning beings of all of their sickness, spirit harms, negative karma, obscurations, to both liberation and enlightenment. And then you can visualize that light rays again radiate out in the 10 directions and give everything that sentient beings need, including becomes a stream of purifying nectar, medicine, wealth, food, clothing, anything they need. And then also it grants all the realizations on the path, particularly bodhicitta and the realization of emptiness. And by the time we are done with our mantra recitation, all sentient beings are enlightened in the aspect of Aryatara. Om Tare Tu Soha. So at the end of the mantra recitation, then think that, and then rejoice, thinking how wonderful it is that I've been able to lead all sentient beings to enlightenment. Page 17 in your books. So again, visualizing our Guru and the aspect of Guru Rinpoche in the space in front. Guru Rinpoche, who made special commitments and pledges to help pacify the obstacles facing sentient beings of the degenerate time. And so then remembering the qualities and kindness of our Guru to now manifest in the form of Guru Rinpoche to help us purify the signs of degeneration, our negative karma, our mental afflictions, and all the obscurations that prevent us from attaining liberation and enlightenment. Then from the depths of our heart, we then make this request to our Guru, inseparable from Guru Rinpoche. Sam Dhamma Kesa Dhamma Yasen Chögye Ngajune Dhamma June Shesuja Kodo Kando Mambo Po Kege Jesu Dajuki Chinye Rache Shetsu So Guru Dhamma Siddhi Yogi Nuja Sam Dhamma Kesa Dhamma Yasen Chögye Ngajune Dhamma June Shesuja Kodo Kando Mambo Po Kege Jesu Dajuki Chinye Rache Shetsu So Guru Dhamma Siddhi Yogi Nuja Sam Dhamma Kesa Dhamma Yasen Chögye Ngajune Dhamma June Shesuja Kodo Kando Mambo Po Kege Jesu Dajuki Chinye Rache Shetsu So Guru Dhamma Siddhi Yogi Nuja Sam Dhamma Kesa Dhamma Yasen Chögye Ngajune Dhamma June Shesuja Kodo Kando Mambo Po Kege Jesu Dajuki Chinye Rache Shetsu So Guru Dhamma Siddhi Yogi Nuja Sam Dhamma Kesa Dhamma Yasen Chögye Ngajune Dhamma June Shesuja Kodo Kando Mambo Po Kege Jesu Dajuki Chinye Rache Shetsu So Guru Dhamma Siddhi Yogi Nuja Sam Dhamma Kesa Dhamma Yasen Chögye Ngajune Dhamma June Shesuja Kodo Kando Mambo Po Kege Jesu Dajuki Chinye Rache Shetsu So Guru Dhamma Siddhi Yogi Nuja Sam Dhamma Kesa Dhamma Yasen Chögye Ngajune Dhamma June Shesuja Kodo Kando Mambo Po Kege Jesu Dajuki Chinye Rache Shetsu So Guru Dhamma Siddhi. So then the Dusum Sangye prayer, page 21. O Dusum Sangye Guru Rinpoche Nguje Kanda Dewa Chenpusha Baje Kunse Dudu Drapo Sel Sola Deso Jingye Laptuso Chinang Sawe Baje Shiva Dan Samba Lungi Drupa Jingye Lo Dusum Sangye Guru Rinpoche Nguje Kanda Dewa Chenpusha Baje Kunse Dudu Drapo Sel Sola Deso Jingye Laptuso Chinang Sawe Baje Shiva Dan Samba Lungi Drupa Jingye Dusum Sangye Guru Rinpoche Nguje Kanda Dewa Chenpusha Baje Kunse Dudu Drapo Sel Sola Deso Jingye Laptuso Chinang Sawe Baje Shiva Dan Samba Lungi Drupa Jingye Lo Om Ahum Beza Guru Pema Siddhi Om Ahum Beza Guru Pema Siddhi Om Ahum Beza Guru Pema Siddhi So again, doing a similar visualization, visualizing our Guru in the aspect of Guru Padmasambhava in the space in front. As we recite the mantra, light rays radiate out in the 10 directions, purifying all sinning beings of all their illnesses, all their negative karma, all of their mental afflictions, and all the obscurations to both liberation and enlightenment. Then after doing that visualization for a while, you can then switch, thinking that then the light rays that radiate out grant all the realizations of the path, as well as all the conducive conditions that sentient beings need, including all wealth, medicine, and so forth. But particularly the inner condition of bodhicitta and the realization of emptiness. And then by the time we are done with the mantra recitation, all sentient beings in the 10 directions are completely enlightened in the aspect of Guru Rinpoche. Om Ahum, there's a good thing to say. Om Ahum Benza Guru Penma Siddhi. So now at the end of the recitation, take a moment and generate great joy that now all sinning beings are completely enlightened in the aspect of Guru Rinpoche. Okay. So next, the requesting prayer to Lama Tsongkhapa, the swift fulfillment of wishes and dependence on the great Jetsun Tsongkhapa. So page 25. So then yesterday we talked a little bit about, this phrase, make requests, please bless me that my wishes be swiftly fulfilled, right? So again, just to review, One thing you can think from your heart is like we do in the Lama Chipa practice, the prayer of the three great purposes. So when we say, what is it that we're wishing for our Guru to grant us here in this very session? Well, first, the pacification of all wrong views, from incorrect devotion to the Guru to the subtle grasping at the red appearance, white increase, and black near attainment that exists in our minds and in the minds of all sentient beings. Then we also request our Guru to bestow on us all the realizations of the path, from perfect Guru devotion all the way to the unification of no more learning, the state of enlightenment. And then we also request that all of the outer and inner obstacles to attaining enlightenment, both for ourselves and other sentient beings, are completely pacified and eradicated right now in this session. Okay? So the outer obstacles being the sickness, famine, economic problems, and so forth, and the inner obstacles being our own afflictive emotions, the imprints on the mind, and the very subtle imprints that serve as the obscurations to omniscience. Okay, so that's what we're requesting from our Guru, who is, more precious than a wish-fulfilling jewel, because he can, in just 1 second, bestow all those realizations on us. Supreme embodiment of the wisdom and compassion of all the victorious ones of the three times, manifesting as a monk wearing the three saffron robes, the spontaneous exalted wisdom Dharmakaya, possessing the 5 bodies. To you, Jetsun no Sangye, I make request. Please bless me that my wishes be swiftly fulfilled. With the nature of primordially pure, clear light, uninterrupted natural expression of the complete Sambhogakaya, great being who unifies body and mind, to you, Jetsun no Sangye, I make request. Please bless me that my wishes be swiftly fulfilled. Displaying an array of manifold Nirmanakaya emanations, appropriate to the limitless living beings, equaling the expanse of space. To you, Jetsun no Sangye, I make request. Please bless me that my wishes be swiftly fulfilled. Through the power of request to you, may all the unfortunate natural manifestations of this degenerate age, illness, famine, quarreling, epidemic disease, riot spirits, interference, and so forth, be pacified. Then, when I request that the excellent selections conducive conditions increase, please bless me that my wishes be swiftly fulfilled. Having completely cleared away the darkness of ignorance and confusion, and fully developed the illumination of supreme intelligence, virtuous friend who causes the 100-petaled lotus of the scriptural tradition to bloom, the sun radiating benefit and happiness, to you I make request. Please bless me that my wishes be swiftly fulfilled. Since I and others, the assembly of faithful disciples, have no other Lord of refuge to turn to for hope, when we make requests in all the 6 sessions of day and night, please bless me that the Guru's blessings may enter our minds. Also at the end of this life, may we see you, glorious Lord Sangye, along with your retinue, and immediately have a vision of you saying reassuringly, Son, go to the celestial realm of Tushita. Care for me with your compassion, precious Guru. Please bless me that my wishes be swiftly fulfilled. So then the prayer by the great Mahasiddha Thangtong Gyalpo, liberating Sakya from disease. Page 32. All sentient beings, my mothers, who are infinite like space, go for refuge to the precious Guru Buddha. You go for refuge to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. You go for refuge to the assembly of Gurus, Yidams, and the Kinis. You go for refuge to the empty clarity of our own minds, the Dharmakaya. All sentient beings, my mothers, who are infinite like space, go for refuge to the precious Guru Buddha. You go for refuge to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. You go for refuge to the assembly of Gurus, Yidams, and the Kinis. You go for refuge to the empty clarity of our own minds, the Dharmakaya. All sentient beings, my mothers, who are infinite like space, go for refuge to the precious Guru Buddha. We go for refuge to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. We go for refuge to the assembly of gurus, idioms, and the kings. We go for refuge to the empty clarity of our minds, the Dhammakai. Om Mani Padme, Om Mani Padme, Om Mani Padme, Om Mani Padme. So here again, when we do the mantra recitation, you can visualize in the space in front, Guru, Avalokiteshvara, Mani Padme Hum. Then, as we recite the mantra, light rays radiate out in the 10 directions, purifying all sentient beings of all their illnesses, spirit harm, negative karma, and obscurations to both liberation and enlightenment. And then also grants everything they need: wealth, food, clothing, medicines, and then especially grants all the realizations of the path, particularly bodhicitta and the correct view of emptiness. And then by the end of our mantra recitation, all sentient beings are enlightened in the aspect of Avalokiteshvara. So it's also good, at the beginning we visualize all sentient beings going for refuge together. So that it says in some of the texts that you can visualize all sentient beings in the space around us. And as we do this practice, they're also engaging in the practice. So you can visualize or think that the whole universe is resounding with the sound of Om Mani Padme Hum as all sentient beings are reciting along with us. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme. Om Mani Padme Hum. So now think all sentient beings are completely enlightened in the aspect of Avalokiteshvara and rejoice. So the actual prayer is that sadden the minds of sentient beings that result from karma and temporary conditions, such as the harms of graha spirits, illnesses, and the bhutas, not occur in the realms of the world. May whatever diseases and whatever sufferings there are from life-threatening diseases that, like a butcher leading an animal to be slaughtered, separate the body from the mind in a mere instant, not occur in the realms of the world. May all embodied beings be unharmed by acute, chronic, and other epidemic diseases, the mere sounds of whose name terrified beings, as though they had been placed inside the mouth of Yama, the Lord of Death. May all embodied beings be unharmed by 80,000 classes of interferers, 360 evil spirits that harm subtly, the 424 diseases, and so forth. May whatever the sufferings there are due to the four elements, depriving the body and mind of every happiness, be totally pacified. And may the body and mind have radiance and power, and be endowed with long life, good health, and well-being. By the compassion of the Gurus and Three Jewels, by the power of the Dakinis, Dharma protectors, and guardians, by the power of the truth and infallibility of karma and its results, may all these dedications and prayers be fulfilled. Okay, so next, the Vajra armor protection wheel on page 37. So first, we meditate on emptiness. Actually, the meditation on emptiness is the real protection from all of samsaric suffering, because the very root of samsara is the grasping mind that clings to inherent existence of phenomena. And so the direct antidote to that is the realization of emptiness. So first, we meditate on emptiness. Om Sambhava Shuddha Savadama Sambhava Shuddho Ham. Everything becomes empty. Then those of you who have the requisite initiation, then you think that this mind of yours right now that realizes emptiness, that one itself arises in the aspect of the Vajra Arma deity. Then the rest of you, you can visualize in the space in front. I become the very ferocious dark blue Vajrani, holding a Vajra and snake lasso. My holy body is complete with the glorious ornaments of the charnel grounds, and I stand with my 2 feet stretched out in fire, and the noxious vapors of poison are emitted like violent winds and hailstorms, destroying all disease, epidemics, spirit harms, and interferes. So then, with that visualization, either on the basis of the self-generation or the front generation, then we recite the mantra. Om Bizabe Om Bizabe Namaji Nagananda Dasa Rita Navajana Rajaso Om Bizabe Om Bizabe Namaji Nagananda Dasa Rita Navajana Rajaso Om Bizabe Om Bizabe Namaji Nagananda Dasa Rita Navajana Rajaso Om Bizabe Om Bizabe Namaji Nagananda Dasa Rita Navajana Rajaso Om Bizabe Om Bizabe Namaji Nagananda Dasa Rita Navajana Rajaso Om Bizabe Om Bizabe Namaji Nagananda Dasa Rita Navajana Rajaso Om Bizabe Om Bizabe Namaji Nagananda Dasa Rita Navajana Rajaso Om Bizabe Om Bizabe Namaji Nagananda Dasa Rita Navajana Rajaso Om Bizabe Om Bizabe Namaji Nagananda Dasa Rita Navajana Rajaso Om Bizabe Om Bizabe Namaji Nagananda Dasa Rita Navajana Rajaso Om Bizabe Om Bizabe Namaji Nagananda Dasa Rita Navajana Rajaso Om Bizabe Om Bizabe Namaji Nagananda Dasa Rita Navajana Rajaso Om Bizabe Om Bizabe Namaji Nagananda Dasa Rita Navajana Rajaso Om Bizabe Om Bizabe Namaji Nagananda Dasa Rita Navajana Rajaso Om Bizabe Om Bizabe Namaji Nagananda Dasa Rita Navajana Rajaso Om Bizabe Om Bizabe Namaji Nagananda Dasa Rita Navajana Rajaso Om Bizabe Om Bizabe Namaji Nagananda Dasa Rita Navajana Rajaso Om Bizabe Om Bizabe Namaji Nagananda Dasa Rita Navajana Rajaso Om Bizabe Om Bizabe Namaji Nagananda Dasa Rita Navajana Rajaso Om Bizabe Om Bizabe Namaji Nagananda Dasa Rita Navajana Rajaso Om Bizabe Om Bizabe Namaji Nagananda Dasa Rita Navajana Rajaso Om Bizabe Om Bizabe Namaji Nagananda Dasa Rita Navajana Rajaso Om Bizabe Om Bizabe Namaji Nagananda Dasa Rita Navajana Rajaso Om Bizabe Om Bizabe Namaji Nagananda Dasa Rita Navajana Rajaso Om Bizabe Om Bizabe Namaji Nagananda Dasa Rita Navajana Rajaso Om Bizabe Om Bizabe Namaji Nagananda Dasa Rita Navajana Rajaso Om Bizabe Om Bizabe Namaji Nagananda Dasa Rita Navajana Rajaso Om Bizabe Om Bizabe Namaji Nagananda Dasa Rita Navajana Rajaso Om Bizabe Namaji Nagananda Dasa Rita Navajana Rajaso Om Bizabe Om Bizabe Namaji Nagananda Dasa Rita Navajana Rajaso Om Bizabe Om Bizabe Namaji Nagananda Dasa Rita Navajana Rajaso Om Bizabe Om Bizabe Namaji Nagananda Dasa Rita Navajana Rajaso Om Bizabe Om Bizabe Namaji Nagananda Dasa Rita Navajana Rajaso Om Bizabe Om Bizabe Namaji Nagananda Dasa Rita Navajana Rajaso Om Bizabe Om Bizabe Namaji Nagananda Dasa Rita Navajana Rajaso Om Bizabe Om Bizabe Namaji Nagananda Dasa Rita Navajana Rajaso Om Bizabe Om Bizabe Namaji Nagananda Dasa Rita Navajana Rajaso Om Bizabe Om Bizabe Namaji Nagananda Dasa Rita Navajana Rajaso Om Bizabe Om Bizabe Namaji Nagananda Dasa Rita Navajana Rajaso Om Bizabe Om Bizabe Namaji Nagananda Dasa Rita Navajana Rajaso Om Bizabe Om Bizabe Namaji Nagananda Dasa Rita Navajana Rajaso Om Bizabe Om Bizabe Namaji Nagananda Dasa Rita Navajana Rajaso Om Bizabe Om Bizabe Namaji Nagananda Dasa Rita Navajana Rajaso Om Bizabe Om Bizabe Namaji Nagananda Dasa Rita Navajana Rajaso Om Bizabe Om Bizabe Namaji Nagananda Dasa Rita Navajana Rajaso Om Bizabe Om Bizabe Namaji Nagananda Dasa Rita So by now, most of you should know, when you're done reciting the mantra, then you can blow on water, you can blow on lotion or ointment, even butter, and then at the very least blow so the air then goes into your nostrils. And then think that all disease, spirit harms, and we'll go further, all the negative karma, all the mental afflictions, and all the obscurations as well are totally destroyed, totally purified. Then we again meditate on emptiness. So again, the fact that things lack even a shred of inherent existence, yet they exist conventionally. So how they exist is then depending on other phenomena. So then things that arise due to causes and conditions depend on those very causes and conditions. So when those causes change, then the effect also doesn't necessarily have to stay, doesn't necessarily have to arise. So even all the negative karma that we've accumulated since beginning this time can be purified before it ripens as suffering effects. And therefore, because all phenomena lack inherent existence, because they depend on other phenomena, then purification is possible, liberation is possible, enlightenment is possible. As Nagarjuna said in the Mula Madhyamika, those for whom emptiness is feasible, everything is feasible. Those for whom emptiness is not feasible, then nothing is feasible. So then this very mind that we have that realizes the harmony between emptiness and dependent arising, that one again arises as the deity's holy body. So page 40, the dedications. Due to all the roots of virtue accumulated in 3 times by myself, all sinning beings and all the Buddhas, through any sinning being merely seeing, remembering, or touching me, may I fulfill all the hopes of all transmigrating beings perfectly and completely, just like a wish-fulfilling jewel or a wish-fulfilling tree. May all the negative karmas and obscurations accumulated since beginning this time be instantly and completely purified. May the mind of enlightenment that cherishes once more than oneself be generated in one's mental continuum,
having easily generated the great seal of clear light in their minds, and they quickly achieve the state of highest complete enlightenment. In short, by pleasing the holy virtuous master, with the activities of much listening that bring to completion the realization of the Buddha's intent, may I spread the teachings of the victorious ones in the 10 directions.
So now to actualize bodhicitta. O Janju Sencho Rinpoche Magyo Panam Kyegyo Shi Gyewa Nyamba Mebayo Onen Gondo Pawa Sho. Samsara and Nirvana lack even an atom of inherent existence, and cause and effect independent arising out of betraying. I seek your blessings to discern the meaning of Nagarjuna's thought, that these two are mutually complementary and not contradictory. O Rimni Toba Rinpoche Magye Panam Kyegyo Chi Kyewa Nyamba Mebayo Onen Gondo Pawa Sho. Due to all the past, present, and future merits collected by me, numberless Buddhas, and numberless sentient beings, may all wars, sickness, famine, and economic problems in the world, and all the dangers of earth, water, fire, and wind be pacified immediately. And may perfect peace and happiness prevail in everyone's hearts and lives. By their generating loving kindness, compassion, and bodhicitta, may the Buddha Dharma last for a long time, and may the sentient beings in this world meet the Buddha Dharma and achieve enlightenment as quickly as possible. Determined to obtain the greatest possible benefit from all sentient beings, who are more precious than a wish-fulfilling jewel, I shall hold them most dear at all times. Then, due to all the past, present, and future merits collected by me, the numberless Buddhas and numberless sentient beings, which are completely empty of existing from their own side, may I, who am completely empty of existing from my own side, achieve the state of full enlightenment, which is completely empty of existing from their own side, and lead all sentient beings who are completely empty of existing from their own side to that state which is completely empty of existing from its own side, by myself alone, who am completely empty of existing from my own side. O Jamba Pavo Jida Kemba Dan Gyudu Zambo Deyan Deshinte Gedan Kugi Jesu Dalo Chu Gewa Dida Tanche Ratu O Desun Shembe Gewa Tanche Ki Mowa Kala Chodu Maba Dagi Gyewe Sawa Dikun Kya Sabo Chuchi Ratu Mowa So next, the long life prayer and the prayer that the holy wishes be spontaneously fulfilled. Jigten kam dir pembe manula gale Sangye Ishinor Kadrin Sume Tenzin Yadzola Soadem So Tujin So next, the long life prayer for Kyabje Lama Zopa Rinpoche, page 48. Through illuminating all, your appearance dispels the darkness. Your clear mind knows the 84,000 heaps of Dharma, the power of the remedy of the 84,000 delusions. You are proclaiming dependent arising itself as victorious in battle with the Maras. I worship the supreme and kind, great Vajra on my crown. Clarifying the scriptures and realizations, teaching of the Muni, you spread and illuminate those teachings wherever they have not yet spread in the world. Having become actual son of the conquerors, you bear hardships with patience.
Your continuum is the realization of perfection of wisdom, subtle of the present rising. Precious jewel, Lord, possessing love and compassion, liberated upon seeing, treasury and master of all arising, interpretive and definitive scriptures, supremely great among the great, fully comprehending and clarifying the meaning of emptiness and compassion. You guide all beings to the path to liberation. Perfectly qualified spiritual friend, my guru, please remain forever. She who protects from the fears of the 3 times I. Please increase the lifespans and activities of the beings who serve the holy Dharma, and always without separation develop their spontaneous actions. By the infallible deities' 3 roots, may all be auspicious.
So now, due to all the merits that have been accumulated in the past, present, and future by ourselves, as well as all the numberless Buddhas and numberless sentient beings, may all those who have recently died, the tens of thousands all over the world who have died due to the complications from COVID-19 virus, as well as all the other beings who have died due to other causes. And in particular, we got a name, Yang Lina, who passed away this morning. And then all the beings who are in the bardo, may they instantly be reborn in a pure land of the Buddha where they can be enlightened. Or, at the very least, may they again achieve a precious human rebirth, meet with the Mahayana Guru, meet with the Mahayana teachings, and develop all the realizations of the path, including and especially bodhicitta and the realization of emptiness, and become enlightened in their very next lifetime. Then, we dedicate all the merits accumulated over 3 times by ourselves, as well as the numberless Buddhas and numberless sentient beings, for all the beings who are sick, in particular Janice Ang, and then Lo Siu Noi, then all the beings in the rest of the world who are sick with the COVID-19, particularly, we got a special dedication for Boris Johnson.
And Paul Seagrave's mother.
And then even the ones we didn't get the names, may they instantly, in this very second, be completely, recovered from all their ailments of body and mind. And after having been fully recovered, may they then live the most meaningful life by practicing the Mahayana Dharma, and in particular, generate bodhicitta in their continuum without even a second's delay, as well as the realization of emptiness. In particular, Boris Johnson, when he recovers, may he have bodhicitta in his heart, and then lead the country, govern the country with only the motivation of bodhicitta. And then in that way, may all these sentient beings who are sick, after they recover and generate the realizations, attain enlightenment in this very lifetime. Then we also dedicate all the merits accumulated by ourselves and others, the numberless Buddhas and the numberless sentient beings, over the 3 times, that all the material needs of sentient beings, particularly all the food, medicine, wealth, shelter, anything sentient beings need, may that instantly become manifest. And then particularly all the medical supplies that are needed, all the protective equipment, all the hospital beds, all the ventilators, medicines, everything that's needed, may that instantly manifest, and there be no shortage of these things in this or any of the world systems from now on, in the 10 directions. And then may all of these material goods never become a cause for attachment, greed, or jealousy. Factors along the path to enlightenment. And in this way, may sentient beings quickly generate all the realizations of the path, including the state of no more learning, the state of complete enlightenment, as quickly as possible. Okay, so thank you very much. Went a little bit faster, especially the Vajra armor mantra, because as I mentioned, we have had a power outage all day, and so our batteries are running low. But before we part ways, just wanted to say for tomorrow's session, we're going to do the practice of the inseparability of the Guru, the spiritual master, with Avalokiteshvara. I gave a short little teaching on that this morning. I will continue with that tomorrow morning as well. Tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Indian Standard Time. And then at 5 p.m. Indian Standard Time, then we'll do the practice. And then we'll also do our usual prayers, maybe a little bit abbreviated. So, yeah. Put that on your calendars, invite your friends, and we'll see you tomorrow. And yeah, stay safe, be well, and enjoy life by living with bodhicitta. Namaste.